On this segment of Stories You Probably Missed, we go to West Virginia, where a woman attending a graduation party stopped a mass shooting. Every year, between 200,000 and 2 million people defend themselves with a firearm. Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Radzwion IV, your trusted attorney with Radzwion Law PLLC, and I am going back into the year of 2022 to bring you stories that you may have missed because our liberal mainstream media, well, they have an agenda and they fail to report on these stories. If you would like to see more stories like this, make sure you head on over to our blog page, radzwionlaw.com/blog, and subscribe to our weekly newsletters, or our blog post, I should say. And that way you don't miss stories like this. Let's jump right in. So West Virginia, roughly July of 2022, a woman was attending a graduation party in West Virginia she was credited with saving lives after she shot an attacker who had opened fire on a crowd of guests who were gathered at this grad party. Instead of running from the threat, she engaged the threat and saved lives, says Tony Hazelett, chief of detectives in Charleston. So essentially, the detectives thought that this gentleman was driving around the apartment complex earlier that day, and some residents had told him, "Hey, slow down, you're driving too fast. There are children around. Can you try and drive a little safer?" So, after the woman in this story witnessed Butler pull a rifle at the time of the grad party out of his vehicle and shooting into the crowd of people, she decided that she would pull her concealed carry pistol and fatally shot the attacker. After the heroic woman killed the gunman, she waited alongside other survivors and witnesses, all of whom who spoke with the police once they arrived. She cooperated with the police and will not face any charges, which is good. She saved the day. So the woman's fast-acting bravery comes amid renewed calls from the left for sweeping gun control in the wake of several horrific assaults on, elementary schools around the country. And, right around the time of Uvalde and, other things that were happening in New York and that sort of thing. So it's fascinating to me that the evidence is so clear that you have an incident unfolding where an attacker is going to do harm, is going to kill people, and you have a good, sane, sober, moral person who's like, yeah, I'm going to risk my life here, pull out a tool that she equipped herself with and puts down the threat. But yet we have politicians telling us that we should not be able to protect ourselves. That to me is maddening. So essentially we have, moving on in this article here, Democratic members of the U.S. House Judiciary Committee were scheduled to meet to talk and submit a host of gun control bills to the floor to be discussed. President-elect Joe Biden met with the grieving families from other incidents across the country, including Uvalde. He was demanding stricter gun control and claiming that 9mm bullets can blow a lung out of the body of an individual. And, essentially he's saying that we have no rational basis for owning such weapons for self-protection. Yet, 10 seconds before in this article, you have a woman who literally saved countless lives at a grad party with a pistol that she owned and was carrying. So there's not a logical connection there. And let's see what else. It says that a professor at George Washington University went to debunk Biden's claims, arguing that the Democratic Party is spreading disinformation, essentially adding that gun violence cannot simply be outlawed. No matter how many laws that they pass, the legislature will never be able to outlaw gun violence. If you look at some of the statistics here, it was talking about how the there are roughly 400 million firearms and other weapons related in this country, and roughly 15 million are estimated to be Armalite 15 rifles. If you don't know what Armalite is, look that up. But it's also, I'm reading the article here, but it also is a fact that when there was an assault weapons ban in the past, that there was not a very big decrease in gun violence. So that's more disinformation that was put out. And this law professor goes on, his name's Jonathan Turley. He says that, he went on to say that President-elect Biden repeatedly and clearly repeated a clearly false statement about the Second Amendment during his remarks. And that's, yeah, not surprising. Many of us have repeatedly said that his statement that you could not own a cannon or other weapons when the Second Amendment was ratified is untrue. Obviously, at the time that the Second Amendment was ratified, people did own cannons and other weapons. The Revolutionary War was won using those type of weapons. So, okay. And that's pretty much it. So point of this is that and even the Washington Post admitted that some of these statements that Biden made was untrue. So there you have it. And again, the title of this article is "A Good Person with a Gun Just Saved Lives When a Shooter Tried to Attack a Graduation Party." This was posted back in June of 2022. If you'd like to read the article in its entirety, you can find it on our blog page, www.radzwinlaw.com/blog. We'll have a link in the description box below. And then also, if you want to make sure you don't miss these type of posts, head on over to our blog page as well and enter your email in our subscribe box, and we will send you notification once a week when we post these types of news updates. We are going to be posting a lot of these. There are quite a few articles throughout the year of 2022 that the liberal mainstream media, who has an agenda, did not report on, and we will bring you that news in the weeks to come here. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. If you guys support the right to self-defense, self-protection, the Second Amendment, hit that like button. Leave us a comment below. If you don't know what to say, just put "shall not be infringed." We always appreciate those comments. Helps get these videos out there. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.